Hey everyone, Linus here. Ever wanted to dive into the exciting world of cybersecurity? Kali Linux is your gateway. It's a powerful operating system packed with tools for ethical hacking and penetration testing. Think of ethical hackers as the good guys who find weaknesses in systems before the bad guys can exploit them. They help make the digital world a safer place. Learning Kali Linux opens doors to a rewarding career in cybersecurity. It's challenging, but incredibly rewarding. Ready to get your hands dirty? Let's do this! Before we install Kali, we need to choose our adventure. There are three main ways to experience the power of Kali. First, virtual machine. This is like creating a mini computer inside your existing Windows or macOS system. It's the safest and easiest way to start, as it won't affect your main operating system. Second, live boot. This method lets you run Kali directly from a USB drive without installing it on your computer. It's great for testing the waters or using Kali on the go. Third, dual boot. This option allows you to install Kali alongside your current operating system, like Windows. You can choose which operating system to boot into when you start your computer. This provides the most integrated experience, but also carries more risk if something goes wrong. Don't worry, we'll cover all three methods in detail. Let's get this show on the road. Before we embark on our Kali installation quest, let's gather our essential gear. First, a computer. You'll need a computer with a decent processor and enough RAM to run Kali smoothly. For virtual machines, I recommend at least 4 GB of RAM. Second, an internet connection. A stable internet connection is crucial for downloading Kali and keeping it updated. Third, a USB drive. If you're going the live boot route, you'll need a USB drive with at least 8 GB of storage. Make sure it's empty, as the process will format it. Fourth, virtualization software. For the virtual machine method, you'll need software like VirtualBox or VMware. They're free and easy to use. Fifth, the Kali Linux ISO. Head over to the official Kali Linux website and download the ISO file that matches your system architecture, either 32-bit or 64-bit. Now that we've got our tools ready, let's start installing Kali. Installing Kali Linux on a virtual machine is like creating a playground where you can experiment without fear. This setup allows you to test various tools and techniques in a controlled environment, ensuring your main system remains untouched and secure. Here's how to do it. First, install VirtualBox. This software acts as the foundation for your virtual environment. Download and install VirtualBox from the official website. It's a straightforward process. Just follow the prompts. It's like building the foundation for our Kali playground. Think of it as setting up the stage for all the exciting experiments to come. Second, create a new virtual machine. This will be the virtual space where Kali Linux will run. Open VirtualBox and click on New. This starts the process of setting up your virtual machine. Give your virtual machine a name like Kali Linux and choose Linux as the type and Debian 64-bit as the version. This ensures compatibility and optimal performance. Allocate at least 2 GB of RAM and create a virtual hard disk with at least 20 GB of space. This provides enough resources for Kali to run smoothly. Third, load the Kali ISO. This is the installation file for Kali Linux. Once the virtual machine is created, click on Settings and go to Storage. This is where you'll link the ISO file to the virtual machine. Under Storage Devices, click on the empty disk icon, and then click on the disk icon next to Optical Drive. This prepares the virtual machine to boot from the ISO file. Select, choose a disk file, and browse to the Kali Linux ISO file you downloaded earlier. This links the ISO file to the virtual machine. Fourth, start the virtual machine. This will boot up Kali Linux. Click on Start and watch Kali come to life within your virtual machine. It's like watching a new world unfold right on your screen. Follow the on-screen instructions to install Kali. The installation process is user-friendly and guides you through each step. Choose the graphical install option for a user-friendly experience. This makes the installation process straightforward and easy to follow. Congratulations! You now have a virtual playground where you can explore the world of ethical hacking without any risk to your main operating system. Enjoy your new setup and happy hacking! Want to try Kali Linux without installing anything on your computer? It's easier than you might think. Live boot to the rescue. This method allows you to run Kali Linux directly from a USB drive without making any changes to your system. First, you'll need a tool called Rufus. This handy software helps create bootable USB drives. Head over to the Rufus website to download it. Rufus is a nifty tool that simplifies the process of creating bootable USB drives. It's lightweight and easy to use. You can download it from the official website at rufus.ii. The download is quick and straightforward. Next, prepare your USB drive. Make sure it has enough space, at least 8 GB, and back up any important data. Plug in your USB drive and launch Rufus. The interface is user-friendly, making it easy to navigate. Select your USB drive from the device drop-down menu. This ensures Rufus knows which drive to make bootable. Choose the Kali Linux ISO file using the Select button. You can download the ISO from the official Kali Linux website. Make sure MBR is selected under Partition Scheme. This is crucial for compatibility with most systems. Click on Start and let Rufus work its magic. The process might take a few minutes. Once done, you can boot from the USB. Restart your computer and enter the boot menu by pressing the designated key, usually F2, F10, or Del. This varies by manufacturer. Select your USB drive as the boot device. This will allow your computer to boot from the USB drive instead of the internal hard drive. You'll now boot into Kali Linux directly from your USB drive. The familiar interface will greet you. You can use most of its features without installing anything on your computer. It's a full-fledged operating system on a stick. Live Boot is a fantastic way to experience Kali Linux on the go. Whether you're at a coffee shop or on the road, it's incredibly convenient. It's also perfect for testing it out before committing to a full installation. Give it a try and see how it fits your needs. Section 6. Dual Boot. Sharing your hard drive with Kali. Dual booting lets you install Kali Linux alongside your existing operating system, giving you the best of both worlds. This means you can switch between your regular OS and Kali Linux whenever you need to, without having to reboot from a USB or use a virtual machine. However, this method requires more technical know-how and carries a slightly higher risk of messing things up if you're not careful. Proceed with caution. Mistakes during the installation process can lead to data loss or system instability. First, back up your data. This step is non-negotiable. Before we begin, back up all your important data. Use an external hard drive or cloud storage to ensure your files are safe. This is crucial in case anything goes wrong during the partitioning process. Data loss can be devastating, so take this step seriously. Next, shrink your existing partition. This will create unallocated space on your hard drive for Kali Linux. Open Disk Management in Windows or Disk Utility in macOS. These built-in tools will help you manage your partitions. Shrink your main operating system's partition to make space for Kali. Be sure to leave enough space for both operating systems to function properly. I recommend allocating at least 50 gigabytes for Kali. This will give you enough room to install additional tools and store data. Now, boot from the Kali USB. This will start the installation process. Use the Kali Linux USB drive you created earlier and boot from it. Then, install Kali alongside your existing operating system. During the installation process, choose the Install Alongside option. This will ensure that both operating systems can coexist on the same hard drive. This will guide you through partitioning your hard drive and installing Kali alongside your existing operating system. Follow the on-screen instructions carefully. Finally, choose your operating system. After installation, you'll be able to select which OS to boot into each time you start your computer. Once Kali is installed, you'll be prompted to choose which operating system to boot into when you start your computer. This gives you the flexibility to use the right tool for the job. Dual booting can be a bit tricky, especially for beginners. So, if you're not comfortable with partitioning hard drives, or if you feel unsure about the process, I recommend sticking with the virtual machine or live boot methods. These alternatives are safer and easier for most users. Section 7. After the installation party, Essential Kali Updates. Congratulations on installing Kali Linux. Before we dive into the exciting world of ethical hacking, let's make sure our Kali system is up to date. First, open a terminal. Think of it as our command center for interacting with Kali. Next, update package lists. Type the following command and press Enter to update the list of available packages. Sudo apt update. Then, upgrade packages. Type the following command and press Enter to upgrade all installed packages to their latest versions. Sudo apt upgrade. Why? Finally, reboot your system. Once the update process is complete, reboot your system for the changes to take effect. Sudo reboot. Keeping your Kali system updated is crucial for security and stability. Make it a habit to run these update commands regularly. Section 8. Unleashing the power of Kali. Installing essential tools. Kali Linux comes with a treasure trove of tools for ethical hacking and penetration testing. Let's install some essential ones. First, Metasploit Framework. Metasploit is a powerful framework for developing and executing exploit code against a remote target machine. Type sudo apt install Metasploit Framework. Next, Nmap. Nmap is a network scanner used to discover hosts and services on a computer network. Type sudo apt install Nmap, then Wireshark. Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer that lets you capture and interactively browse the traffic running on a computer network. Type sudo apt install Wireshark. Finally, Burp Suite. Burp Suite is a graphical tool for testing web application security. Type sudo apt install Burp Suite. These are just a few of the many powerful tools available in Kali Linux. As you dive deeper into the world of ethical hacking, you'll discover many more. Section 9. Keep hacking, keep learning. Congratulations! You've taken your first steps into the exciting world of ethical hacking with Kali Linux. Remember, this is just the beginning. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, use your newfound knowledge for good. There are tons of online resources, courses, and communities dedicated to ethical hacking and Kali Linux. Don't be afraid to ask questions, experiment, and share your knowledge with others. Happy hacking! Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your hacking skills ethically and help make the digital world a safer place.